What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Roster Bubble Series video. Please hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops your drops. Appreciate y'all coming back. Share this out as well. Dead time in the NFL offseason. And a lot of content creators try to be creative while others go with the clickbait headlines and shit like that. Of course, I think of myself being creative with the Roster Bubble Series before training camp. So with that being said, sharing this out would help a lot. Appreciate you guys coming back. So another Roster Bubble Series video. I take a player that's on the Roster Bubble and I talk about their background, their competition, and then I go into how they could win a spot on the roster, how they could lose a spot on the roster. So today's profile/candidate is an undrafted free agent by the name of Christopher Hinton. We talked about him a little bit with Nick Falato. If you haven't already, please go check out that video. Very well mattered and well overall. It's a good discussion. I don't want to overcomplicate things, but it's a good discussion. And I thought I learned a couple of things, and you guys will learn a couple of things too. With that being said, Christopher Hinton is an undrafted free agent from Michigan. His first year at Michigan, he played only 4 games, had 10 tackles and about half a tackles for a loss. Then the COVID year, 2020, played in 5 games, 13 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a sack, and 2 pass deflections. Then 2021 with Michigan, 13 games, 32 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, 2 fumble recoveries, 2 pass deflections, and a sack. Some things about him: wrestling background gives him good balance, moves well in the passing game for his size, does not have the hand placement to push aside blockers, and does play too tall at times. And just putting it down to what it is and who he is basically the younger version. I'm not trying to compare players here, but he is a young prototype of Justin Ellis. He is a run defender who can occasionally rush the passer, and I think that's what Don Martindale is looking for in this defense. We don't know if a guy like David Moe is going to make the roster, but if you guys watched the Giants Life episode that was released recently, he talks about how it's not old school, but making teams one-dimensional and stopping the run is very important. I still think that's a part of today's game. You can't let teams run all over you because, yeah, sure, the philosophy of the NFL is going towards the passing game nowadays. However, with that being said, there are teams like the 49ers, the Ravens, the Eagles that will tend to run the football more than pass. So you need to be prepared for those type of teams, and if you're not, well, it's gonna be a pretty rocky road. In terms of competition, though, Justin Ellis, Jalen Holmes, David Moe, Ryder Anderson, Jabari Ellis, 2 Ellis guys. Wonder why that is. Anyway, Christopher Hinton is listed as a defensive tackle, but of course I put some defensive interiors in here like Holmes, Moe, and whoever. How can he win? Show some improvement as a rusher, make some plays in the run game, and get hits on the quarterback. I feel like he, is not as great of a rusher in terms of the passing game as DJ Davidson, but stopping the run once again in this defense is very important. And to impress Wink Martindale, you have to do that. The first week we play the Patriots, I would say they would run it, a fair amount, not too much. The second week we face the Bengals. Probably the same thing, and they'll probably test out a couple of guys with the Jets against us. So, either way, some pretty even passing and running teams. It's not like we're facing the Eagles or the Ravens in the preseason where they're going to run the football a lot. However, with that being the case, just still make some plays in the running game. Make some plays in the running game, do what you did in college, and try to make a name for yourself. Try to beat out these older cats. How can he lose? He has a quiet camp, struggles against the 2s and 3s, and doesn't show any progression. In my personal opinion, I'll go to the prediction. I think he's making the roster because there will be some young guys that need to be put on this roster for special teams purposes, and the fact that there's a ton of guys on this roster with 1-year contracts, and they have guys behind them that will succeed them. For instance, Jihad Ward's on a 1-year contract. Replace him with Darian Beavers because Jihad Ward can cover as well. Only a little bit, though. For example, also Justin Ellis, 1-year contract. Maybe this guy is the guy to succeed him. Same thing could be said with DJ Davidson. There's a lot of guys on this roster that are only here for 1 year, and then once again, for example, Marcus McKeon. What if he succeeds? A guy like Jamil Douglas or Jonathan Feliciano. What if he's the next center of the team? We don't know. But I have him making the roster, and even if he doesn't make the roster, I think he'll make the practice squad because I feel like they could turn this guy into a run defender, a guy that Wink Martindale likes, like a Justin Ellis and some of these other guys across the league. Just capable run defenders on the interior that can eat double teams, and the other guys can get to him, guys like Tibbs, guys like Roche, guys like Ojulari. Basically role players, but fine at their job and capable at their job to get NFL snaps. And I think Hinton, if he doesn't make the roster, he makes the practice squad because I feel like they like this guy. And, well, yeah, that's pretty much that. But if you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications so you know when a live stream pops through your jobs. Appreciate y'all coming back. Peace out, guys. See you later, and stay cool.